We do have a subscription service though, which is an interesting thing that we've taken, which is, so while we're saying all this, the question also we had internally was saying that, why will people believe us that we have the right intention, right? So we have this really cool thing. It's kind of like a joke on the traditional industry. So it's called the Super Health VIP Pass, which allows everyone to be a VIP. Many traditional hospitals and our colleagues in the industry operate with a model where the treatment you give to a VIP is materially different from a treatment a normal common person gets.
Correct.
So VIPs get treatment like 1 hour discharge time.
Okay?
Correct. Normal people take 3 hours, 4 hours. Okay. So we said everybody should be a VIP, right? Every single patient who comes to us is a VIP. So we have a subscription called VIP Pass, kind of like a nod in that direction. What it does is that it covers a family of 4. It gives unlimited consults with our doctors, specialists or GPs. Any test that is prescribed by our doctor, any test is covered for free.
Free,
right? So if my doctor prescribes you an MRI, you don't have to pay for it. If my doctor prescribes you a blood test, you don't have to. It's covered already. Right?
Okay.
It's $9.99 a year.
That's it?
That's it.
$9.99 a year?
$9.99 a year.
Are you sure you'll hit viability with this?
I mean, it depends on how you define viability. Let me explain.
Viability as in...
Let me explain. So, first of all, no hospital makes is profitable in an OPD level. Right? It's why every startup who's tried OPD has failed. Right? Whether I do this VIP pass or I don't do the VIP pass, I am going to invest in the infrastructure anyway. So my actual incremental cost is what? Consumables. Let's talk about that. I'll give you an example. Like vitamin D. People do a vitamin D test. It costs you about $1,500 to $2,000 depending on where you do it. If you were to go to the same lab and ask them for a B2B deal, saying that, hey, I will collect the sample and give it to you. You do the test and give it to me, put my logo on the report. Okay? The same vitamin D test will be available to you for $300.
$300?
$300.
Okay.
In that 300 also he has margin, he's not giving at cost.
Correct.
So 30% margin hoga. So $200 ka test hai wo. Actual cost is $200. We have our own lab. So our cost is $200. Why should I charge you 200? 200 rupees tumse charge kare main kya kar lunga? Right? Let me give you universe. A typical CBC. Okay.
CBC as in?
Like a complete blood count, like a basic blood test.
Okay.
Will cost you anywhere between 300 to 1,000 rupees depending on you're doing it at a lab or you're doing it at a corporate hospital.
Okay.
The actual cost of doing that test is 26 rupees as B2B pricing. 26. I have the rates. 26 rupees is what it costs to do.
26 rupees.
Okay. So I'm like, you add all this stuff up and you're like, actually you could make good money with this. So,
yeah.
Right. And this, what it does, right, is it tells everybody, every customer now, has a way to access Super Health in a super easy, zero friction way. Because when you have a VIP pass, even that amazing new billing experience we have with the consult, that also doesn't happen.
Correct.
Right? You can just come here, do your test and leave. Right? It is literally zero friction for you.
Wow.
Right? No one will ask you for billing. You don't have anxiety of what is going to cost because it's already covered. We're like, whatever test is, it has to be prescribed by our doctor because obviously we don't trust other systems who prescribe for other reasons that may not be related to healthcare. But as long as our doctors say they need a test, you don't have to pay for it at Super Health. There are 3 words that we use to describe VIP Pass. 2 of them we've got from the community. Okay, so when I tell anyone in the healthcare ecosystem, right, other hospital CEOs and all, they tell us this is radical, this is insane. When we tell customers about it, right, they say this is unbelievable. Exactly what you were saying. This sounds unbelievable. That's literally the word.
Correct.
We designed it to feel magical, right? Because this is how healthcare should be. You should be thinking only about how to get better. You shouldn't be thinking about any of the operational stuff. That's my problem. Why are you thinking about it? In fact, if you think of it a little meta, right? What is the job of a hospital? What hospital karta kya hai?
To save your life.
Right? उसमें वो करता क्या है, right? बिल्डिंग तो आर्किटेक्ट बनाता है, ट्रीटमेंट डॉक्टर करता है, दवाई कोई और बनाता है, मशीन कोई और बनाता है, नर्स का ट्रेनिंग कोई और करता है. Hospital करता क्या है?
Infrastructure.
Right? Yeah. They have to orchestrate your care, right?
Correct.
Which, as we all know from our experience, they don't do a very good job of it.
Correct.
Right? So we're like, this is our job, right? Like to orchestrate your care. That's what you pay us for, right? The customer pays us to absorb the complexity. Healthcare works a little reverse. So you take the complexity, but you give me the money, right? We are like, hey, we'll take the pain. So you're already sick. Why are you taking the pain?
Yeah.
So this is the philosophy around which we have designed Super Health. We want it to be an incredibly high quality healthcare, as close to you as possible, with an extremely modern and new age consumer experience. For us, it is, an attempt at how do we build healthcare that is thoughtful and caring and just honest. Right? That's really what our attempt is. Some people call us crazy. Some say you guys are nuts. Why are you doing this? There's so much money to be made. We fundamentally believe at Super Health that doing good for the world and doing good as a company are not mutually exclusive. This is a false choice.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the customer is saying, "Mujhe free chahiye," right? The customer is saying 3 basic things: don't make me wait, which means give me care as soon as possible. Tell me what is really wrong with me. Take the time to explain it to me. Tell me what it's going to cost and charge me what you said it was going to cost. And once I'm done, let me go as fast as possible. Seems pretty basic.
And don't give me more pain.
Yeah, don't give me more pain. Like, why am I suddenly responsible for triaging कि ये doctor सही बोल रहा है कि वो hospital ने सही किया? क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं? Right? Like, I don't do this with my car, right? When my car goes to the service, a guy comes, takes the key, fixes it, sends me saying, "ये problem है." I get a diagnostic report on my car, and then I say yes, and they do it, and they get me the car, and it works fine. I'm not trying to triage this with 3 different places, right? But why am I doing this? The reason I'm forced to do this is because the way the model works is that it is super low trust. I'm not sure of anything as a patient.
Correct.
But I am sick also. It's not optional also. So kuch to karna hai. So whatever I can do.
Low trust during vulnerability.
Yes, absolutely. At your most vulnerable moment. And that's why it feels so wrong, right? Like when people go through these experiences, and I mean, every single person who is at Super Health has personal experiences behind it. In fact, for me personally, and for my co-founders Manoj and Dr. Alex, we all have insane experiences that we have seen ourselves in our lives. And so, like 5 years ago, my dad, who was in Gurgaon, was walking and he fell down and he broke his hand, and, he had to go to a hospital in Sarita Vihar to get the surgery. They told him that, there has to be a rod put in or whatever. And I was really caught up with something at work, so I couldn't make it. My sister went. And the stories that I heard about this hospital, it's a massive corporate chain, etc. 7 times they walked in to ask what medication my father is on. 7 different people came 7 times to ask. Okay. After the thing was done, there was no follow-up care. He didn't have movement in his fingers. Then he went back. They told him, "Oh, you will need surgery in the finger also." So he was like, "This is crazy. Why would we do this?" So he went to some other doctor near his house. And you know what the doctor told him? Don't need anything. All you have to do is take one pen and write a letter every day. Write whatever you feel like. 3 months, all sensation, movement will come back. That's exactly what happened. Right? And, that really stayed with me. I mean, once, of course, I had heard about it. I had heard from other people, but I had never had a personal experience like this. But when my father went through this, especially, I think, because I was not really there, I felt like, how can the system be so fucked? How can it? And this is for people with privilege, right? Money is not a problem. Access is not a problem. Even they are going through all this. So I was like, yaar, matlab, agar life mein kuch karna hai na, to ye problem solve karte hain. That's kind of how I ended up at that chain sometime later. Tried to fix it. Didn't really figure out how to fix it. Realized that if you make a few $1 billion a year, that's a pretty powerful incentive to not change, right? And so you have to reset it. You have to bite the bullet and build it from the ground up. It's much harder. It's a lot more painful. But ultimately, I think that's the only way you can fix healthcare. Right? That's the only way you can deliver healthcare that, the customers deserve, that India needs. By the way, if India wants to be a developed country by 2047, we are not doing it with this cost of healthcare.
Correct.
We are not doing it with a population that is sick, right? We have to build this infra very, very rapidly and very, very high quality and make it a manner that most people can afford it.
Yeah.
And so that's really honestly why Super Health has started. It started as an exploration into our curiosity, saying, how can it be so messed up? How can it be? Right? And then hopefully along the way, we found some insights and some solves, and that's what we're building now. And I hope, see, I can promise one thing to customers, right? I really hope, I'm probably the only founder who says this, but I really hope they never need my product. Like, I hope nobody needs us. But I will promise you guys this, that if you ever walk through our doors, you will feel like the people who built this place thought about you every step of the way. And I think that's what care really means. Care is not 4 letters on a poster, which, by the way, every hospital has. Oh, we care for you, we'll take care of you. Who feels cared for when they go to a hospital? 0 people. Because care is taking the extra effort to absorb the pain. You take the pain on behalf of the other person, so they don't have to. Which hospital is doing that? 0. That's their only job.
Yeah.
What the hell are we paying them for? So, I mean, that's kind of like what, we are trying to build at Super Health. We're doing Center 1 now. We are in talks to build out the next 5-7 centers in Bangalore. Over the next 5 years, we want to do 100 centers across India.
Over the next 5 years, you're going to build 100 hospitals?
I mean, it takes me only 4 months to build one, right? So, and these are infinitely parallelizable. I mean, look, we are really not constrained by demand or anything, right? Like, and we are definitely not constrained by doctors, because the more doctors hear about us, the more they are coming to Super Health, because they feel like this is a real alternative system, right? Which is not going to do all these sales pressures for them, commission models for them. They have safety of a salary, of upside on the equity. And they can get all that while doing the right thing for the patient, which is why they became doctors in the first place. See, these are people, like, when I was growing up, the smartest, most hardworking people could only clear the medical entrance.
Yeah.
Right? And they would do it with a lot of purpose. It was inspiring to see them, study 20 hours a day to say, hey, I get to take care of somebody.
Correct.
There's a lot of idealism, nobility in this, right?
Yeah.
Then this nobility and idealism meets
Capitalism,
right? And the kind of like the warped capitalist system that healthcare has today. And, it's easy for all these guys to today blame the government and all that. It's not the government's fault. Okay. The government is doing everything humanly possible to fix this.
Yeah.
Right. The private industry has to step up and do their bit. We have to build the service. The demand is there. It's first of all not met. Secondly, whatever is met badly. I mean, anybody watching this, guys, figure out how to build a hospital. Okay. There is a lot of need for this. And I think that's honestly for us, our mission. We want to fix healthcare. We want this to become a place that we are proud and feel safe in recommending to our friends and family, right? Like, I want a hospital. If all I get out of Super Health is one center, right, where I am not afraid if my mom went there alone, I will call it success. I don't care if it's a $1 billion company or not, or multi-billion, or whatever the investors want. As long as there is a center where I am not afraid if my mom went alone, I think I would have achieved success. Because if it's good enough for my mom, I promise it will be good enough for other moms. Like a hospital that is mom approved. Like that's kind of like how we see it. It sounds a little idealistic maybe, but I believe the world is not what it is. The world is what you make it. So I think India needs a healthcare system that is uniquely tailored for India, that does right by the patients and by doctors, that allows doctors to be doctors and take care of people, which is why they became doctors. That's what our real goal is.
I'm so fascinated by this answer. Hi guys, if you loved watching this clip and if you want to do a deep dive into the podcast, we've mentioned the link in the description. So click that link, watch that podcast and take notes. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more clips.